meeting to order. On behalf of the Planning Commission, I'd like to welcome our residents and viewers to this regular meeting of August 12th, 2025. On tonight's agenda, it's relatively short. We have one public hearing. Before we get into the public hearing, we have one housekeeping item, and that would be the minutes from our regular meeting of July 8th. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, is there a motion?
Motion approved.
We have a motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Thank you. With that, then, we'll open up the public hearing. This is a public hearing on a new ordinance. The ordinance number is 2025-006, and it's really on beekeeping. And it's an ordinance for residential lots. And Jared, you're going to take this.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Chair. Planning Commission members. Staff is pleased to present ordinance 2025-006, an ordinance related to beekeeping. And just kind of give a quick background on how we got here. So roughly a year ago, last August in 2024, the Commission held initial discussion regarding potential beekeeping ordinance for residential lots smaller than 2.5 acres. This discussion was prompted by a request from a resident who wishes to be a beekeeper and keep bees on their property. Currently, under the current city code, beekeeping is prohibited on residential lots smaller than 2.5 acres. Therefore, a code amendment is needed to permit such activity. The Planning Commission did express interest and has had multiple discussions since this date, relayed back in February of earlier this year, April, and in June. And these discussions ranged from comparing surrounding cities' ordinances to presenting draft ordinance language and working through what the Commission would like to see. So tonight, the final draft ordinance is in front of the Commission for public hearing and a recommendation to City Council for approval. And I'll just go through a quick detailed overview of what is within the beekeeping ordinance itself. So the ordinance contains a definition section. It includes an administrative permit that must be applied for and approved by staff. This approved permit would be valid for 1 year and must be renewed annually. This initial permit fee will be $100 with the renewal fee of being $40. This is modeled after our urban chicken ordinance. And then adjacent property owners will be notified of an approved permit. With this application, applicants will need to submit a detailed site plan. This must show where the hives will be kept, including setbacks, any proposed barriers or screening, etc. Applicants must also submit proof of completion of a beekeeping's basic course or 3 or more years of beekeeping experience. The hives will be only allowed to be located in the rear yard. They are allowed, the number of hives, I should say, is determined by the lot size itself. In terms of setbacks, they'll be 20 feet from lot lines, 30 feet from adjacent decks, patios, swimming pools, or other outdoor living space. If the adjacent property is a stormwater pond or wetland area, this setback shall be reduced to 5 feet from the property line. A flyway barrier will be required if hives are kept within 25 feet of a lot line or 35 feet from adjacent decks, patios, swimming pools, or other outdoor living space. This barrier either must run parallel to the lot line for at least 10 feet in both directions in front, or can be in front of the hive entrance, or a flyway barrier may be placed to surround the hive on 3 sides. Inspections will be required upon issuance of the permit and each time a renewal permit is received. The hive shall be kept in good condition and colonies shall be continuously managed to prevent swarming. When it comes to termination, permits will be terminated if expired and no renewal permit was received. There's a violation of the ordinance of the permit itself is occurring, failure to allow an inspection, transfer of ownership of the property, or if a public nuisance is occurring. Hives that aren't removed after a permit is terminated will be deemed a public nuisance and may be abated by the city. These hives will need to be removed within 5 days of notice, but an alternative time frame may be approved if necessary by the planning department. So the action requested before the Commission tonight is to recommend the City Council approve and adopt ordinance 2025-006.
Thank you, Jared. This is a public hearing. Just to acknowledge that we have one resident in the audience. Did you have any comments or questions regarding this new ordinance at this time?
I do not, thank you.
Not at this time, all right. With that then, we'll bring it back to the Commission table, and we'll start with Commissioner Berg, our bee expert.
No, this
you know, this has been a lot of work. We've had a lot of conversation around it. I think we've all landed in a good spot where we're all happy with how this turned out, including me. So, yeah, great job, Jared.
Commissioner Snowbeck.
I have nothing to add. Thanks, Jerry, for all your work, and thanks for bringing it forward and giving us some ideas on how we can go forward with creating some ordinances for it. So thank you.
Commissioner Teske.
Likewise, I don't have any additional comments, so.
Commissioner Winchell.
I have none. Thank you.
And just as the rest of the commissioners has mentioned, this commission has, with staff and also a local resident who is extremely knowledgeable in this field, have discussed this, several times, more than several times, I'll even say. And it's through a lot of work, but, I will say, this is a new ordinance for this community. I mean, it isn't, we haven't had one, so this is a way that I feel that it's going to help provide some controls and to help monitor those people that do it, because it is happening in this community already, and we just, have people that are inquiring about it, and people that want some direction on how best to do it in accordance with, what's necessary. So once the commission makes a decision, though, that's not the final one. The council will still need to discuss it, and our city council will still need to approve this. So we're just one step in the process, and so if a resident that may be watching this has some questions or concern, they can certainly call staff, because this might be going to the city council sooner rather than later. Jared?
Correct, yep, it's planned to go to council next Monday.
Okay, so if there are some questions or comments, hopefully they can get in touch sometime this week with you still.
Absolutely.
So that you can help resolve those. So I have no concerns or questions about this at this time. Again, we'll pass it on to our city council and see what their reaction is to a B ordinance. So with that, then I'd look for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
We have a motion, is there a second?
A second?
Motion and second to close the public hearing. Call the roll, please.
Winchell,
Yes.
Teske,
Yes.
Roddy,
Yes.
Snowbeck,
Yes.
Berg.
Yes.
In front of the commission then is a recommendation to our city council on ordinance 2025-006, dealing with beekeeping ordinance for residential lots. Is there a motion?
Motion approved.
We have a motion for a favorable recommendation. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. Is there any more discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Teske,
Yes.
Roddy,
Yes.
Snowbeck,
Yes.
Berg,
Yes.
Winchell.
Yes.
All right, well, that completes our agenda. It's relatively short for this one. Tony, was there anything else from staff?
I have nothing, sir.
Anything else from the commission? If not, I'll remind the viewers our next regular meeting is September 9th, and with that, I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This commission is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.